Mr. Rubio of Florida.
A decade ago, Marco Rubio looked like the future of conservatism in America. The son of Cuban immigrants was given a coveted spot at the 2012 Republican convention, introducing their nominee, Mitt Romney.
My dad used to tell us, en este país, ustedes van a poder lograr todas las cosas que nosotros no pudimos. In this country, you're going to be able to accomplish all the things we never could.
The Republican Party's autopsy report following Romney's loss to President Barack Obama urged outreach to Hispanic voters and described the then 42-year-old Marco Rubio as a, quote, leader and an outstanding candidate. Rubio was given another primetime slot the following year, delivering the Republican State of the Union reply, but that performance suggested maybe Marco wasn't quite ready for the spotlight.
In the short time that I've been here in Washington, nothing has frustrated me more than false choices like the one the president laid out tonight.
As the 2016 Republican primary campaign got underway, Marco Rubio jumped into the race, but the big question at that point seemed to be whether anyone could stop Jeb Bush, who made much of being married to a Mexican-American.
I will run with heart.
In English
Trabajen con nosotros.
and Espanol, Governor Jeb Bush now officially in the race.
And I will run to win.
The former Florida governor, brother to one president, son of another, had the pedigree, the name recognition and the fundraising to be a formidable candidate. Jeb had everything except what it takes.
I think the next president needs to be a lot quieter, but send a signal that we're prepared to act in the national security interests of this country to get back in the business of creating a more peaceful world. Please clap.
Oh dear. Trump overtook Bush in national polls in late July 2015, a month after entering the race, despite or because of comments like this.
They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
Trump said and did pretty much everything that 2012 autopsy report had said a candidate should not say or do.
I don't know what I said. I don't remember.
Yet, apart from a few days that November when Ben Carson briefly took the lead, Trump stayed in front, turning debates into roasts, mocking his rivals.
This is a tough business to run for president.
I know, you're a tough guy, Jeb.
And we need to have a leader that is
Real
principled.
tough.
You're never going to be president of the United States by insulting your way to the presidency.
Let's see, I'm at 42 and you're at 3, so far I'm doing better.
Doesn't matter.
And as Bush faded, establishment Republicans started shopping around. Many turned to their great hope for the future, Marco Rubio, who'd already showed he was prepared to fight back.
Guys, we have a con artist as the front runner in the Republican Party.
And the Florida senator tried to beat Trump at his own game.
Then he asked for a full-length mirror. I don't know why, because the podium goes up to here, but he wanted a full-length mirror. Maybe to make sure his pants weren't wet. I don't know. Then
the Iowa caucuses of 2016 proved Trump could be beaten. Ted Cruz finished on top. Rubio almost beat Trump for second place, and he loomed as a major threat heading into New Hampshire's first-in-the-nation primary.
After his third-place finish in Iowa, Marco Rubio rocketed into New Hampshire with what his supporters dubbed Marco-mentum and vaulting into second place in a lot of the polls.
No one else in this race can unite the conservative movement and the Republican Party faster than I can.
Some polls were putting Rubio second only to Trump in New Hampshire. But the Marco-mentum hit a big roadblock with a repetitive robotic debate performance.
And let's dispel once and for all with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows what he is doing.
New Jersey Governor Chris Christie decided it was time to call Rubio out and take him down. It was brutal.
There it is.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
The memorized 25-second speech. Marco, the thing is this. When you're president of the United States, when you're a governor of a state, the memorized 30-second speech where you talk about how great America is at the end of it doesn't solve one problem for one person.
Christie's own campaign was going nowhere, but he was a deadly character assassin, dubbing Rubio the boy in the bubble.
We know who the boy in the bubble is up here, who never answers your questions, who's constantly scripted and controlled because he can't answer your questions.
And New Hampshire's voters suddenly had their doubts about Rubio's readiness too.
Donald Trump has 34%, John Kasich has 16%, and Ted Cruz in third with 12%. Now, Jeb Bush is in fourth with 11%, slightly ahead of Marco Rubio in fifth with 11% as well.
Fifth place behind Bush was a disaster for Marco Rubio. Christie soon dropped out and endorsed Trump in the forlorn hope of being picked as his vice president. Trump, meanwhile, was still reminding people about Marco's water bottle.
Do you remember that catastrophe? And he's like this, and we were, I need water, help me, I need water, help.
Rubio ended his campaign after a humiliating loss in his home state of Florida as Trump sailed to the Republican nomination in 2016. Rubio grudgingly endorsed him over Hillary Clinton in the presidential election, and while Chris Christie ultimately turned against Trump, Marco Rubio, once the great hope of the Republican Party establishment, has towed the Trump line ever since.